at this, India has won the Lord's Test to take 1-0 lead. It's an incredible fight back from India on the final day. We'll be connecting to my colleague Rahul Rawat in just a bit from now. But this is the news that we're getting at this. India had set in England a 272-run target. And now India has done well. It has won the Lord's Test to take a 1-0 lead. It's an incredible fight back for India on the final day is what we can say right now. So India wins at Lord's. It's an incredible fight back for India on the final day, and India has won by 151 runs. Virat Kohli's men bowl England out inside 2 sessions. It's a victory for the country at the Lord's, with India winning with 151 runs.
Review that last ball before tea. Big appeal and given. Finger goes up. Will there be a review? Yes, there will straight away. I think he thinks he's hit it. Review taken. Well, he doesn't make too many errors, Michael Goff, and that was a tight call.
Well, that's right. Thank you, Sneha. And it's an incredible turnaround for India at Lord's. This their 3rd ever victory at Lord's. And what an incredible moment, because in the morning, India were perhaps staring at a defeat and England was staring at a possible target of 180. But what the Indians have done is they have registered a 151-run victory at Lord's against England. And with that victory, they've taken a 1-0 lead in this 5-test series. Remember, India earlier in the day declared their innings at 298, and they had set England a target of 272 runs to chase in possible 2 sessions. But the bowlers came out all guns blazing and just bundled out the Englishmen for 120 runs. A massive, massive victory for India, with which they've taken a 1-0 lead in this 5-test series. Just to go through the scores, in the first innings, India had scored 364 and England had taken the initial lead. They had taken a 27-run lead after scoring 391 in their first innings. But in the second innings, it wasn't a great start for India. But the men who were under pressure, Cheteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane, they bailed India out initially and added 100 runs for that 5th wicket partnership before Jasprit, Bumrah and Shami did the damage today in the first session. And eventually India declared their innings at 298, and with that, after that declaration, the bowlers did their job, bundling England out for just 120 runs. Well, Jos Buttler did threaten to become a thorn in the flesh for India, but he too was sent back. I'm joined by my senior colleague Boria Majumdar. Boria, these victories, overseas victories, they always taste very sweet, but this, of course, an incredible turnaround for the Indians.
Absolutely right, Rahul. Absolutely right. Yesterday, when at the end of the day, when we were tweeting, and I kept saying that India can win win this because this England side is fragile. The batting is fragile, except Root. Everybody else is fragile. And you can sense that somehow you put a 200+ run lead on the board and you can go through them. With the 4-pronged pace attack, day 5, Lords, pressure, 25,000 people, up and down wickets, somewhat sort of deteriorating pitch, and everything goes for India. So the moment that partnership between Shami and Bumrah happened, you knew there were 2 results possible. One is a draw and one is an Indian win. The England win was taken out of the equation. And that's when everybody, I mean, at least I felt that this England side will be badly tested. Virat dropped Butler, otherwise it would have been over even earlier. But you've got to give it to the intensity of the Indians. At no point did they relent. They kept close because they knew they could put in catch-and fielders. They kept attacking. Yes, the verbal volleys were a bit much. But having said that, this is definitely going to be one of the greatest victories of Indian cricket. Also at Lords, home of cricket, start of a new cycle in the WTC, pressure on Virat Kohli. First test you narrowly missed away, because you could have won that, could have been 2-0, but all said and done, what an incredible victory this is. Till yesterday night you would have said England. Right. This morning you would have said England. Then all of a sudden this makes it that much sweeter.
Well, absolutely, and what a perfect advertisement for Test cricket. It was a seesaw battle, and for India, the men who did the job, the likes of Mohammed Shami with the bat, Jasprit Bumrah with the bat, Ishant Sharma. In fact, a lot of people had questioned his place in the team because a lot of people wanted to see Ashwin in the 11, Ajinkya Rahane, Cheteshwar Pujara. Questions were raised perhaps on their future, and they have performed and delivered with the goods.
You're spot on, Rahul. You're absolutely spot on. This is actually the team that was being questioned, or rather the players that were being questioned who've all risen to the party. You see Ajinkya Rahane rising, you see Cheteshwar Pujara rising, absolutely. You see the tail rising. Each one of us have said, why doesn't the Indian tail wag? We don't get the opponent's wickets, they get our tail cheaply. And it was Ishant Sharma 16, it was Jasprit Bumrah fantastic, it was Mohammed Shami 50. And that's when the complete turnaround happened in that encounter. And I also think Joe Root lost the plot. He lost the plot mentally. His captaincy was as bad as it could possibly be. It was nonsense. As good a batsman that he is, his captaincy was pathetic. They had 7 fielders on the boundary line against a number 10 and a number 9. That's when it goes into your head. They were trying to intimidate, not take wickets. They were trying to push Indians into the body, hit them in the body. That is not Test cricket. You will not win by that. Those verbal volleys and fights and needlings, they don't win you cricket matches. You've got to pick wickets. And the Indians did that. However much Virat was chirping and Rohit was chirping, right. You see the line, they were wicket-taking lines. Anderson, wicket-taking line. That's where the Indians triumphed over England. England was trying to intimidate, India was trying to pick wickets.
Absolutely right, Boria. India won this match on the field and also in the mind against the Englishmen. But who are these heroes, or who are these men who made the difference for India as far as this victory is concerned? Take a look.
Runs through the leg side and is going to go all the way for 4 for Pujara.
If India were cornered, so were Cheteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane.
That's nicely played.
They both were fighting a battle not just for India but for themselves too, with questions being raised on their place in the team.
Lucky.
Pujara once again stonewalled the English bowlers with a gritty 45 of 206 balls.
Pulls him away. Sent him back the previous ball, moved away from his stumps.
At the other end, Rahane was a bit more fluent, scoring 61.
One away down, Haseeb Hamid, another chase for him, young legs after the ball. Too late. Ball had too much on him. Ajinkya Rahane gets to a 50 that he will cherish. Sure, it means a lot to Ajinkya.
The two added a 100-run stand for the 5th wicket and somewhat got India back in the game.
Runs there. In fact, there are 4 of those.
As the 5th and final day began, India's position further deteriorated with the wickets of Rishabh Pant and Ishant Sharma.
Oh, this looks straight, slow ball.
2 unlikely heroes stood up, Mohammed Shami and Jasprit Bumrah, both ready to take on the English bowlers and their verbal volleys.
He's going to get full run.
The two frustrated the Englishmen as India's lead continued to mount, and in process, both reached their highest test scores, with Shami scoring his second test 50.
Even bigger. That's a biggie. And what a way to get to a test match 50. Leading edge.
If Bumrah and Shami got India the initial breakthroughs, Ishant Sharma broke England's back with two quick wickets just before tea.
You can see the Indians happy. Thought long about that review. Eventually.
Ishant, whose position many had questioned, had done something similar in England's first innings with two back-to-back wickets of Moeen Ali and Sam Curran that eventually proved to be crucial in restricting England's lead to just 27 runs.
Experience from Ishant.
Sports Bureau, India Today.
Happy enough to walk off, but he'll stay for now.
Well, a team game and a complete team effort. Bumrah, every time you take the initial lead in a series, or rather in an overseas series, whenever you are playing first match, and if you win the match, if you win a match or if you take the lead initially, that does help you in winning the series. So we can actually expect this Indian team to win a series in England again after 1986.
Maybe slightly jumping the gun there. I mean, 3 test matches to go. England will come back hard. But based on what we've seen in the first two, Rahul, clearly we should have been 2-0 up when you and I were in Tokyo that night. This was that famous Neeraj Chopra night when both of us were expecting India to close it out. And then that rain happened. Had it not been the case, it could have been 2-0. And then what you just said was spot on. But what you need to do is take a break, because you've got 9 days. Come back and keep the intensity going. Clearly, you are the better team. Now your middle order has started to score. Your Pujara, Rahane, these guys have started to score. Your lower middle order has also contributed. Pant and Jadeja. Your tail has contributed. So overall, the balance of your team has started to look excellent. And England has all the questions to ask. Jimmy Anderson exhausted. All of the bowlers exhausted. So clearly you hold the aces. Having said that, there will be a comeback. Make no mistake, there will be a comeback, but at this point in time, which is the team tipped to win the series? It has to be India. And if that happens, you've beaten Australia in Australia, you beat England in England. This will be the best moment ever in Virat Kohli's captaincy.
Well, absolutely right, Bumrah. How the day started and how it ended. 151 runs. India have won the Lord's Test by 151 runs to take that 1-0 lead in this 5-match series. We are going to slip into a short break. On the other side, news and updates will continue.
They've taken the lead. It's 1-0 with 3 to go. Well done, Virat Kohli. Well done, India. What an incredible finish to this game. It's been fought hard throughout these 5 days. And if